Hi, everyone. I'm going to start reading a therapist book today because, I spent an hour on the phone with on hold trying to actually talk to a therapist, make an appointment, and I didn't get anywhere. So I'm going to read some of this book and see if it maybe helps me. Hopefully, it also helps somebody else. So let's go. Okay, introduction. That's about the author. I'm a therapist, and like most therapists, I've been to therapy. I've changed my life. In fact, therapy affected me so profoundly that I was inspired to become a therapist myself. I believe therapy has the potential to change everyone's lives for the better. But here's the problem: it isn't cheap, it's hard to access, and there are often waiting lists spanning years. And let's not forget, there's still some degree of stigma attached to therapy. But if you're feeling at all hesitant, consider this. Sometimes our brains need a little maintenance and looking after to help us deal with life's challenges. And that's what good therapy helps with. It's nothing weird or freaky. I promise you won't end up living in a forest or hiding away in a cave. Therapy is for the courageous, and what it delivers is true strength and endless possibilities for a fuller life. After musing on the challenges associated with helping people to get the therapy they need, I had a brainwave. The goal of most therapy is for clients to finish a block of sessions skilled up and aware enough to become their own therapist. So I realized that I needed to write a book that taught people how to do exactly that. Welcome to How to Be Your Own Therapist. I want this book to be a practical resource that anyone can use. This is not a my apologies. This is not a detailed psychoanalysis, and I say that completely unapologetically. I have the deepest respect for my colleagues who work differently to me, but this isn't a heavyweight academy clinic book. Instead, it aimed to simplify complicated theories and make them usable in everyday life. The first half of the book will take you on a personal therapeutic journey. Before we get to the daily 10 minutes of self-therapy, in the second half of the book, we need the first half. Otherwise, your daily practice won't make any sense. I like to think of the first half as creating a new you. It's like a crash course in therapy, or therapy boot camp, if you like. The second half is the daily maintenance. In this book, I will teach you how to access therapists within you and make the best of each day. Whatever is going on for you, the skills you'll help learn will help you finish and function better, feel better, and live better for the rest of your life. One final declaration that might come as a bit of a surprise. I'm not going to change you. I'm offering you my insights, learning, and experience. It is your choice what you do with it. Too many books, gurus, and professionals promise to change your life. I can't do that, but I do believe you can change your life. About me, this is for the author. First and foremost, I'm a human being with weaknesses, vulnerabilities, and a back catalog of mistakes like most people. I know from personal experience that it means to be imperfect. I believe this helps a lot in my line of work. I think we have too many people telling us to do more, be more, and buy more, instead of helping us understand how we can live our present lives better and with less struggle. My other bugbear is how often we're told to ignore the warning signs that life is getting on top of us all. It's all well and good being told you've got this, but sometimes we haven't, and we might need help along the way. I have a dual medical and psychotherapy background. Before I became a psychotherapist, I was a palliative care specialist. My final job in the NHS was a clinical lead for mental health in London. I now run my own private therapy practice in London, but I see clients from all over the world. I also deliver talks and workshops internationally on issues related to mental health. I grew up in the Northern Ireland during the troubles of periods of intense violence between nationalists and unionists. It was a challenging childhood. During my own therapy, I discovered that, as a result, I was hardwired to be in a perpetual state of fear, watching out for the next problem. I've since worked on that. I'm also gay, which means a lot of interesting conversations while in therapy. Being Irish Catholic and gay was a conundrum for me. Catholicism, wow, that's a bad word. In my formative years, preached about praying the gay away. So it'll come as no surprise that some of my biggest revelations in therapy were that I tended to consider myself the underdog, and I regularly felt that I need to prove my decency as a human being. Therapy taught me I didn't need to prove anything. Instead, I learned the joy of self-acceptance. In this book, I will share the personal discoveries I made about myself with you to demonstrate what is possible with therapy. I'm talking about breakthroughs, transformation. I am confident you will realize both by reading this book. That was from the author, not from me. That was from the author. How does this book work? This book is divided into 2 parts. Chapter 1. 1 to 5 make up part 1. This is the essential foundation work that sets you up for your 10 minutes of daily therapy practice, which is covered in part 2. You will need a notebook and a pen to do this work, so be sure you have both ready. Part 1 includes everything you'll usually cover in therapy with me. There are no shortcuts here, so I encourage you to stick with the work. It's life-changing. It will also help you understand the importance of your 10 minutes of daily therapy. In part 1, we will look at 1, your real life story, 2, making sense of your story and how it affects you today, 3, what you really want from your life, 4, how therapy can help you get what you want, 5, the essential ingredients necessary for a more contented life. I'll explain what I mean when I say your real life story, since this concept is at the heart of therapy. It's not simply your recollection of the events of your life in chronological order. What it means is sharing with another person the key events in your life that mattered to you, and more importantly, how they made you feel. This will include experiences that are positive, negative, and everything in between. Often, we tell ourselves the other versions of our story that are rehearsed or respectable to influence how we want people to see us, as opposed to how we really are. I believe that most people adapt their life stories automatically as a defense mechanism rather than consciously. But personal development and growth only happen when you're able to accept the true events of our past and express them, together with how they make us feel and how they make us feel now. That said, it's not enough just to tell you your story. Your story also needs to be formulated so that you can connect how and why your experience has impacted on your emotions, behaviors, and ways of thinking today. This will be the second step in your foundation work. Once you're able to do this, everything will become clearer. When we explore what you want for your future and how it makes that future a reality, there's no point doing this work unless it's going to bring some incredible changes to your life. Knowing what you want is crucial. Otherwise, you may feel directionless. Making changes to your life so your future looks different from your past will also involve letting go of some of the self-enforced rules you live by that are holding you back. Together, we will work on that. On the final part of the foundation work, we'll be looking at some of the essential techniques and self-care tools that you'll be integrating into your 10 minutes of daily therapy. Understanding who you are, why you act as you do, knowing what you want and what to let go will open the way to sense of calm, controlling, and clarity. Chapters 6 to 10 make up part 2. This half of the book will teach you how to do your 10 minutes of daily self-therapy. Here, you'll learn how to integrate techniques learned in part 1 into your daily life, and you'll be shown some new ones too. Both will improve your life for the better. This will be your maintenance work. You can do this for as long as you feel you need to. You might feel that you'd benefit from doing some form of this every day, indefinitely, making it a part of your life. And a daily routine is your morning tea or coffee. Your daily therapy is also an opportunity to work on the issues you'll have uncovered while doing the work in part 1. Here is a summary of what your daily 10-minute practice will look like. At a glance, I know how demanding life can be, so I've split the 10-minute evenly across your day. This way, no matter how busy you are, you can always take time to check in with yourself. The aim is that these therapy boosts will transform the quality of your day and ultimately your life. All right, that's it for that 10 minutes. I hope that helped. Kiss your spouse, hug your kids, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.